Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are once again going to be going all the way back to the Halo 2 beta and taking a look at something that's pretty interesting on it, and it's something that's actually hidden in the shared.map file on Halo 2. So, with this special modified version of the beta, we're actually able to play on the shared.map. And what the shared map is well, it's basically what it sounds like. It contains a lot of stuff that's shared between all the multiplayer maps, such as vehicles and weapons and other stuff that's used commonly. That way, you can keep the size of the multiplayer maps down so that you don't have to duplicate, weapons and vehicles several times each map. Otherwise, that'll make the maps really big if you had to keep adding everything over and over again to each map. So this shared map, which we can somehow play on, contains pretty much all of that, including the Covenant Flamethrower, which I've already showed you guys in a previous video. But one notable thing that's on the shared map is actually this very interesting Unsc Vehicle here. It is, well, it's hard to describe what it is. Back in the day, a lot of people described it as kind of like a prototype Falcon. But functionally, I guess it is similar to a Falcon, but appearance-wise, it doesn't really look like a Falcon to me. I would argue that now that, a lot of modern Halo games are out, that it's more like a UNSC Wasp, or like a hover tank, so to speak. But anyways, we're going to take an in-depth look at this vehicle now, because in a lot of older videos, a lot of people missed a few things, or didn't cover all of it, or didn't really go that in-depth into it. But there were some good ones in the past, but I do want to basically revisit this. So it does have a lot of seats on it. I think some older videos said that it only had a few passenger seats on it, 2 passenger seats. It actually has 4 passenger seats on it, 2 on each side, and then it has 1 gunner seat, or co-pilot seat, in the front. And then the driver's seat is basically in the middle, or behind that, the gunner seat. Now, as you saw, I was in the gunner seat earlier, but I could not actually fire it. I can only look around with the gun, and that's it. Now, the last seat is, of course, the driver's seat that we're going to be taking a look at, and as you can see, it is very hard to control it. It is obviously not, tuned correctly yet. It is a very early prototype vehicle. I think this map has a very low ceiling, so I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be an aircraft that can fly up and around like a Banshee or something, but because the ceiling's really low, I can't really go anywhere. So on this map at least, it kind of acts more like a hover tank. But I'm not exactly sure what kind of flight capabilities this UNSC vehicle actually has. But I think it should be able to fly pretty high and pretty fast, like a Banshee. Now, the reason why I think that is because one of the capabilities of this vehicle, aside from flying fast, so fast that when you get out, you actually get splattered by it. The other reason why I think that is because it has the same flying functions as the Banshee, the same tricks. Namely, I could do the same Banshee tricks as the actual Banshee. See, I could do the Banshee flip, left and right. I could also do the Banshee backflip. It's the exact same controls, and it's more or less the same animation. But of course, because this room is so small, doing these flips is really glitchy. So you can't really tell what it looks like very well. And of course, it goes pretty, at full speed. It can go really fast as like an actual aircraft. But actually, in some ways, it looks like a broadsword from Halo 4 as well. Now that I think about it, but obviously, it meant to carry people like a Hornet and a Falcon. But the way the seats are positioned, it's more like a Hornet. It's like a hybrid of every new vehicle that flies for the UNSC. But anyways, let's take a look at it in third person now to get some third person action, because when it's only one player, you can't really see it too well. So if you redirect your attention to the top screen, we can see what this looks like when it's being flown in a third person perspective, like an actual good third person perspective. So as you can see, it's trying to go up, and it should be able to go higher, but it's blocked by a ceiling, and see, it's hovering pretty high there before it drops back down. So that's why I think it should be an aircraft. It doesn't just hover at ground level. It does go up, and as you can see, it attempts to do all those flips. If it was just a hover vehicle, like a hover tank, then it shouldn't be able to do those flips on the ground, because that wouldn't really make sense. But yeah, so you see, I really think it looks like a wasp, but like a carrier wasp. So like a hornet wasp combo. It definitely looks more like that than a falcon. But of course, those old videos that I saw of this, the comment sections were from before Halo 5 came out. So, you know, it would make sense, because like back then, this probably looked like a, I guess it kind of looked pretty close to a falcon compared to like everything else that was available. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is, well, there's no official name for the vehicle, and you know, the text that shows up when you try to enter it doesn't say anything. It just says need HUD text, because it's hasn't been added yet, and unfortunately the vehicle is cut from before it made it to the final game. It's cut pretty early on from the looks of it. But that's the secret UNSC aircraft hidden in the shared map that never came to be in the final Halo 2 game, or even in the actual maps for the Halo 2 beta, for that matter. But hopefully you guys found this video to be interesting, and if you did, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments, anything else you want me to look into or check out, or if there's anything else in the beta that you want me to explore, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely do my best to look at it when I get a chance. But other than that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!